What is up, guys? Welcome back to the next episode. Is that what I usually say? I forgot what I was going to say as I was saying it. I just know that I say, welcome back to another episode of ThirdEyeCyphs. There you go. There you go. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I feel like I kind of did a little robo glitch there, like from being on automatic, having the same like automatic thing, and then I kind of like glitched out, you know what I mean? Some MK Ultra stuff. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. Sorry for the noise, guys. I just closed my windows, but so where I live now, like the houses are pretty close together, I guess. So like my neighbor's like doing something with his lawn or something, and literally like right before this, he like screamed something, and it literally sounded like he was inside of the room because he was like right there by my window, and I was like, what the heck? I hope this doesn't happen while I'm recording. But yeah, he just started doing like the lawn thing. I think maybe you could probably hear it. But hopefully he stops soon. Anyways, again, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are drinking enough water. Are you drinking enough water? The minimum I think you're supposed to drink is like, okay, well no, I think it goes according to your body weight, like how much water you should be drinking. But I think like the recommended is, like the 8x8 rule, like 8 ounce glasses of water every day. So that's 16 ounces. Wait. Yeah. Wait, what? I don't know. I stopped thinking about it. Anyways, 8x8 rule, 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water. There you go. You could do the other part. I could do it right now, but I'm not gonna spend too much time doing that. But yeah, drink enough water, guys. You're probably like, man, this bitch is dumb. Like, okay, I just don't feel like putting in the mental effort. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Okay, let me just rethink of what it is. So then 8x8. So yeah, it's 4 glasses of 16 ounces. Yeah, what the heck? That wasn't hard. See, literally all I have to do is think about it, and then boom, I got it. Anyways. Yeah, so I hope you guys are drinking enough water. I hope you guys are eating healthy still and staying motivated. I hope you guys are staying motivated. I mean, like, so much time is going by that it's so hard to, like, in the beginning, you're like, fuck, okay, we're in the house, how do I stay motivated? And then you try to, like, keep persisting, right? And you're like, yeah, I'm getting through this quarantine, but, like, we're still in this. So, like, you may lose some of that motivation. So I hope you guys are looking around for some inspiration, or just, trying to get that motivation back in you. I know I am. So to start off our lovely podcast episode this week, I pulled some cards for you guys. I know I say some cards, you're like, oh brother. I pulled one card, okay? I pulled one card, and then I did a little bratty thing where I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna put it back in the deck. Like, I like this card, but I'm just gonna put it back in, and if it's meant for them to hear it, then I'll get it again, because that happens to me. So I was just like, heh. So I did that, and I got a very similar card. So I'm just gonna tell them both to you guys, because it was a lovely moment with me in uni today. This morning. But so let's get right into it. Your first card was dun dun dun, the door. My sound effects. The door to personal healing and happiness. So this card showed a door opening to like this amazing, like new life, new all of this. It looked amazing. It was cool. It was like I'm not looking at it right now, but it was like a lake and like all this beautiful stuff, and it's just like, you want to enter the door, and this door represents new beginnings in your personal life. So this is basically saying that this door is opening up to you. It could be from something that you have been working on, or just something opportunities that may be coming into your life at the moment. So just keep an eye out, I guess you could say, for some opportunities. You guys have definitely been putting in the work, and you are going to be reaping the benefits of it. Now, this can be in just life. This could be in career. This could be in finances. This could be in personal development, spiritual development, whatever it is. There's changes going to be made, but they're very positive. So be open to what can be entering your life at this moment. Don't think of anything specific. I mean, I don't want to say you could. I just say keep an open mind, because I think I mentioned in the last episode, you never know what it can lead to. And before I give you the affirmation, I kind of want to just give you the second card. The second card that I pulled was the door to value. So this was another door that's opening for you guys. And this represents the new beginnings to finance or career, in finance and career. And this door was opening up to like a room full of like jewels and coins and money and all of this stuff. So a lot of doors are opening for you guys. This is more aimed towards money and career. So now you're opening new opportunities in your life, be it your lifestyle, maybe it's a new place to live. And you're also opening these doors to maybe you're getting like what do you call it? Not a raise at work. Maybe it is a raise. But like what do you call? I can't think of the word. When you get like a higher position at work, not an upgrade, but damn it, I can't think of it right now. But it's not like I don't know the word. It's just like it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. Promotion. There you go. Sorry, I was like, dig deep. Okay. Yeah, so you could be getting a promotion at work, or maybe you're finding a new job or a better job, or there's just so much like better opportunities that are coming. Oh, it's 10-10. Look at that. Synchronicities. God is telling you, you got stuff coming. But yeah, so you have money coming to you guys. You gotta stay open to it. Or new money. It doesn't have to be physical money. It could be a new job or an opportunity for you to enter a door in your life that is open to money or a job or etc. You know what I mean? So congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. I kind of feel the same way too. It's kind of like, maybe you are putting in some work, but you're not really seeing anything coming from it. And I really feel like this is the time now that we should be open and grateful for what we already have, because we can't accept things if we're not grateful for what we already have. So we should be grateful for how far we've come this far and what we've received this far from what we've put in. And more will come to us. So for the door to personal healing and happiness, this new beginning in your personal life, the affirmation for that card, if you guys want to write it down, is I am strong, focused, and self-directed. I am strong, focused, and self-directed. I have the power to create wonderful new realities in my life. I have the power to create wonderful new realities in my life. And for the card, the door to value, new beginnings in your finance or career, is my life is opening to endless possibilities of prosperity. My life is opening to endless possibilities of prosperity. The river of abundance flows freely through my door, bringing me unlimited wealth. The river of abundance flows freely through my door, bringing me unlimited wealth. So, I really like the cards I pulled. I kind of wanted a short message for you guys. I didn't want to really go, I was just like, what is a short thing that I can kind of, tell my listeners, And I ended up pulling two cards. It wasn't on purpose. I was just hoping I was gonna get the same card, but it kind of was the same card. It was just like the same message. But it kind of shows you like the the different variety of possibilities and opportunities that will be coming towards you soon or right now. But yeah, guys, so I really like the cards I pulled, mainly because I feel like these were just, they're well needed messages. And especially with the affirmations, they open you up to these opportunities. And that's why I really like these cards, because they give you the affirmations to open up yourself to these opportunities. So like, yeah, you can get these messages, but if you're not open to receiving, then you won't really fully get what the message is trying to tell you. Or like, okay, say it's saying it's a door to finance. If you're not open to that message, then you may not even get the walk through that door of finance. You know what I mean? So these affirmations give you the opportunity to open your heart and mind to receiving these opportunities of abundance and prosperity. So today, I would really like to talk about, I have Haku laying here next to me. She's literally like laying on my lap and like watching the screen while I record. It's cute. I wish I could take a picture. I wish somebody would just like come in right now and take a picture, but if somebody came into the room right now, like she would freak out and just jump off. Yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about falling, how to deal with feeling like you're falling off the path, I guess you can say, and how to either get back on or just kind of go get through it. So to further explain, because I feel like that was like an awkward description. Oh. On the path, and this usually happens, like, okay, when you first step on the path, you're getting all these messages and synchronicities, and you're learning so much, and it's just, everything is so much that you have no choice but to be like, oh my god, this is real, this is happening in my life, like, and you're learning so much, and you're seeing the correlation it has in your life, and so many things are happening, meaningful coincidences or synchronicities are happening. You're seeing signs from the universe, your higher self, and you're doing all these meditations, and you're buying crystals and cards and reading all these books, and it's amazing. But then I would say maybe a month, like, I don't know, it could be a different time for everybody. I know mine was a few months after, maybe like over 6 months after. You kind of have this plateau or stagnation that doesn't really feel like anything's happening. You may feel like you're not getting as much signs from the universe or synchronicities, or you're not really learning anything else, and nothing's really happening for you at the moment. So you kind of feel like, okay, what happened? Like, what do I need to do? So you're trying to, like, force this stuff into your life. Not force it into your life, but kind of just, like, keeping it going. But you're not really feeling, that pizzazz that you were earlier. So, and it's kind of like a depression in a way. It's kind of like the dark night of the soul, but not exactly. The dark night of the soul, if you want to look more into it, you can look it up. It's kind of like, when you've reached a very high vibrational peak or pinnacle point, and then you kind of realize, you know what, I don't really know too much about Dark Night of the Soul. I think it's either like you realize that, I think it's like when you come down from that high and it's pretty depressing, or it's when you realize that you can't go back to ego or something like that. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But it's kind of like, yeah, so you're like a little depressed, just because, you're not feeling that anymore. But, Hako wants to lay on me, but the, like, headphones are there. There you go, baby. There you go. Okay. But yeah, it could be pretty depressing because, you're not really, you feel like maybe you lost it, and, the universe isn't really connecting to you anymore. So this is kind of my message to you, or my tips, I guess you can say. This has happened to me so many times, and it will continue to happen to you so many times. Why? Because life is like a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. This is the law of rhythm. This is in my Hermetic Principles episode. I think it's episode 13. Literally, the Hermetic principles explain so much. Like, if you seriously study that, it explains so much in life. So it kind of goes along with your spiritual journey. It goes up, it goes down, it plateaus. That's just the way it works. But it's you having to ride it out that will help you progress. So yeah, you're doing all this stuff, blah, 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 and then it plateaus. Now what? So you're sitting here, like, okay, well, now what? But you might not really feel the motivation to do anything. Like, okay, you know this stuff, and you're putting it to use, like, 100% of the time, all the time. But now it's just kind of like, yeah, I know this stuff. Like, that's it. Now what? What I would do, in this case, is just keep going. Like, you don't have to, if you don't have the motivation to do, like, all this extra stuff that you were doing, the only reason why you had the motivation to do all that extra stuff was because you know, you're super excited. You just found out about it. You know, you're like, oh my gosh, like, you want to tell everybody. It's like the main thing in your life, your main focus. So of course it's completely understandable that, you know, you want to surround yourself with it 100% of the time. But now that it's already engraving into your mind and into your lifestyle, it's not as fun and exciting, and it doesn't feel like it's a new thing that's like super sparkly and shiny that you want to show off, because you're kind of getting used to it already. So my suggestion is, like I said, you make it a part of your lifestyle. So you don't have to act crazy with it, but you know, you can read a book, like a self-help book, or just like a spiritual book or something like that. And that's it. Like, you could just, like, you know, keep reading books, or maybe like once a day, watch a video in the morning or before you go to sleep. Just keep it, like, in your life a little bit. Not like a little bit, but no, whatever amount you feel is right for you. Because since it's already engraved in your mind, you're gonna want to keep it in your life. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, I know this stuff already, and then you toss it aside. Unless, like, that was just kind of like some ego thing. Oh yeah, like, I know this, blah, blah, blah. I know everything. Like, you don't know everything. Like, literally, this path, like, you're not gonna know everything ever. And at the point that you're at, you probably barely know anything. You probably only know, like, what the surface level, basically. I've talked about surface level spirituality, but, like, you probably know, like, oh, the chakras, the colors, what they mean, how vibration works on a surface level, law of attraction. What else? I guess that's it. That's only, like, surface level stuff I can think of. But yeah, that's like the basis of what you know, and then you just toss it aside. And it's literally, like, less than 0.1% of this entire path. So, you don't know everything. But, where was I going with that? I don't know. This is gonna be a weird episode. This is kind of just, like, me talking. But then again, what the heck? Look, I was about to curse. Every episode is just me talking. So yeah, I say just keep it in your life, just a regular amount, whatever amount you feel. Okay, I'm very much an advocate of you are at the right place at the right time always. If you fall off of the path a little bit, that's okay. Just keep going. You will find yourself back on it. That's the beauty of this journey. It's actually very funny. Once you are on this path, literally, you're on it forever. It's like, once you jump down the rabbit hole, you're gonna keep falling. And, you know, sometimes you may fall slower than others, and sometimes you're falling super freaking fast. But, it's a non-stop journey. Once you take the pill, once you take the red pill, like, there's no going back. So, even though you may feel like you fell off, you're still on it. You may be at a plateau, but that doesn't mean you fell off of the journey. Maybe you got a little distracted. That's kind of the main thing that I wanted to talk about, is falling into the temptations of ego while on the path. Now, like I said, I'm a victim of this plenty of times, and I will continue to be. Why? Because I am human. I am human who has ego. We all have ego. And on this path, our main battle is with the ego. So the ego keeps us with, you know, this physical essence, seeing everything in a very 3D dynamic, which is kind of survival, you know, very human. We're not really thinking about what else is out there, the universe, God, spiritual essence, energy. That's kind of more away from the 3D, more into 4D, 5D, higher states of consciousness and awareness. So that's this journey. Is moving away from the 3D and putting our mentality into a 4D, 5D kind of mentality state. So we can kind of come into this all loving, compassionate kind of thing. Fall in line with our higher selves. That's what it is. We want to fall in line with our higher selves. In order to, depending on what your goal is, maybe you just want to be happy in life. Maybe you want to help others and help them see this. Maybe you want to reach that enlightened state, have that samadhi experience. Whatever it may be, that's kind of the main purpose of this whole entire journey. Now, since we're constantly battling ego, sometimes we allow ego to win. Maybe it's just for a little bit, maybe it's for a really long time. It's very easy to feel like you fell off the path. Now, I want to say feel like you fell off the path, because you don't ever fall off the path, because once you're on it, you will find your way back on it. Like, that's just how it is. It's the law of rhythm. Once you leave, you're going to come right back. So when we fall into these temptations of ego, now what do I mean by this? It could be money. It could be a career. Say you're on this beautiful spiritual path and you're about to give up everything, but then you get this opportunity to get this new job or a career or something, and it makes you a lot of money, and you find yourself surrounded with all this like physical expensive stuff. You got brand new cars, this beautiful new house, all these gold chains and jewelry, and you have money galore. You just want to spend it on all this like meaningless stuff, and you can because you have all the money. So during this time, you're not really focusing on your spiritual practice or the things that you had been working on, because your mind is preoccupied with all this third dimensional stuff, all this materialistic things. So it's one way you can fall into the temptation of ego. It could be through lust. You could find yourself more addicted to sexual activity and losing yourself in it rather than using it as a spiritual activity, or to lift you and your partner up. Maybe it's, you know, sleeping with multiple partners to get some kind of self confidence, I guess you could say. Maybe it's problems with family, and you're on this path, but you're still not, you know, being a nice person to your family or your friends, or who knows, it could be anything. These are all potholes in the journey. You're walking the path, but there's potholes of ego that you can easily fall into. You can trip, you can fall, but you can always climb back out, and you can always keep going. So whether it's any of those situations, dealing with this, and I've dealt with this. I'll kind of give you some examples of my experience. So my first pit hole, I guess you can say, was the law of attraction. So the beginning of my journey was everything, you know, blah, blah, I was learning. And then my kind of pitfall, and it's so funny because there's so many pitfalls to ego on the spiritual journey specifically. So you can get caught up in certain spiritual aspects of the journey, and that in itself is ego. So one small example of this, so I can continue my little story, is, say you're a spiritual person, like, oh, I'm this kind of person, I do this, I do that, blah, 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 and holding it to yourself as a title, and then kind of like looking down at other people on their path and trying to make it seem like you're better at doing the path than them, or you're a more spiritual person than them because you do all these things. That's completely ego, but it's still focused around, you know, being spiritual. So you don't really see it as ego, because it kind of contains, the spiritual journey. And there's so many pitfalls like that. So back again to me. So, I'm learning all this stuff, whatever, and then I start exercising the law of attraction. This is when I start getting more into, and this is this was from a book that I read, okay, guys, and I think I mentioned it in my book list episode. I think it's called like Quarantine Laziness or something like that. Excuse me. And it's called The Power of Intention, and this book made me lose my mind. But I was manifesting so much. So what it was that I was exercising the law of attraction. I was learning so much about it, but I was exercising it, and I was seeing that I literally create my own reality, that I can manifest anything that I want. And I was seeing it in front of my face, and the universe was just putting it in front of my face all the time and letting me see how real it was. I was literally like manifesting like by the seconds. Like I was like, oh, I do this or I create that, and then it would just happen like right in front of my face, and I would literally be crying because I'm like, what the fuck? What is this reality? Like, how can I do this? I'm a freaking superhero. So this is why I'm so heavy on this stuff, guys, because like literally like this is freaking superpower. Our power to manifest is a superpower, and if you practice it and exercise it, you could literally use it to your highest advantage, I guess you could say. But how I lost myself and ego with this was because I was creating my reality. I was trying to create fame and abundance for myself. Now, I'm already abundant, but I was trying to make myself like a billionaire. So I was surrounding myself with all these materialistic things and thoughts of money and fame and recognition, and I was creating that reality for myself, and I was surrounding myself with it, that I wasn't really focusing on my true spiritual path, my journey. I was getting caught up in the smaller things of it. So that's kind of another thing that you may hear me mention. There's the path, right? There's the main spiritual path, and then there's thousands, millions, trillions of all these little paths that are for each topic of this path. So then like there's one path that's like chakras. I always do chakras because I think it's so funny. I'm gonna have a chakra episode, guys. Please remind me to do the chakra episode because I talk shit about chakras all the time, and you might be like, what the heck is her problem with chakras? But I'll do an episode on like what I feel about chakras. And then yeah, there could be a small path that's like law of attraction, small path that's like shadow work, or just like, all these different little topics that are on the main path that you can go down individually deep and deep, but you'll be missing the main point of the main path if you get caught up in the little details. That's kind of what I've come to learn and realize about the spiritual journey, is that there's so many different little things that you can focus on, the details, but you'll be missing the bigger picture if you do that. To an excess, I guess you could say. So yeah, I got caught up in the law of attraction, and I ended up focusing so much on materialistic and egotistical things. And it wasn't until my first acid trip, I'm sorry family if you're listening to this, but it's true, I gotta tell my listeners the truth or whatever. And this was kind of like the secret episode I was gonna talk about with my first acid trip. And so my first acid trip made me realize how deep I was falling into this material aspect. And then, okay, before I even say that, it kind of like got out of law of attraction. I kind of got distracted with what I was creating, and then I was just trying to create some kind of fame for myself. Like I wasn't even trying to create it through law of attraction and manifestation anymore. I was just putting myself into new situations to be somebody that's well known, I guess you could say. So like I was saying, I lost myself in that, and then my acid trip made me realize that I was, even though I was exercising law of attraction, I wasn't exercising my full potential on this path, or being at the, I guess, in the position that I was supposed to be in, like my true essence. That trip showed me what my true essence was, and it was not that. It was a complete spiritual being, like a consciousness who is just light. And it showed me that's all I've ever been. It showed me all the knowledge of everything that I've learned and everything that I'll continue to learn about this experience and who I truly am. And I was mind blown. I was like, what the heck? I got caught up in all this material stuff, and literally it does not even matter. Like, this is what the true path is, I guess you can say. And then I got right back on the path. So then after that trip, I was like, all about it again. I was back on my shit, I guess you can say. And then I lost myself again. How? I think, okay, so what happened was that, and this was also like a problem with me personally, who I've always gone through phases my entire life, like, just like, oh, I'll go through a girly girl phase, I go through a tomboy phase, I go through a goth phase, I go through all these different phases in my life, and this has always happened to me since I was little. So as I got older, more towards the end of high school, after I graduated high school, all of these phases turned into what I was going to do with my life. So I kept changing what I was going to do with my life. And as I was learning about law of attraction, I was very into entrepreneurialism. So that kind of transformed my life into, wanting to be self-employed and create my own business. So I kept going through like different business endeavors. So after I got back on the path after the acid trip, I started trying to build, because I'm very much into like handwork, like handcrafting. So I really like making jewelry. And I've tried this on multiple accounts, like to make a jewelry business. I just don't like the business aspect. Like, I make bomb jewelry, but I just can't, like, I'm not really a fan of running a business. But so that's what I was trying to do. And I got caught up in the style that I was doing. I was doing this kind of certain style of jewelry, which changed my whole personal style. And then, like, I just got caught up in, like, that, whatever that was. And then I was just like, what the hell am I doing? And then I ended up getting back on the path. It's just like, these are just like examples, okay guys? I'm not gonna keep going about every time I freaking fell off the path, but it just shows you how easy it is to fall off the path. Even by like just small simple things, you can get distracted. Now, you're not falling off the path exactly, you're just getting distracted with something else, something that may be like shiny over there, and you're like, oh, it's that. Like, you're still on the path, but you're focusing on something else at the moment. So now, since I'm a big advocate of you're always at the right place at the right time, I kind of like to say wait it out. Now, for me, like with the whole phases thing, I've kind of stopped trusting myself a while ago with that. I was so tired of like going through all this like business stuff. I was like investing so much money in all these different things that I was doing. I was like, what the heck? I'm not even following through with it. Like, why am I going to invest so much? So I stopped believing my own BS, and I just wait out these phases to see if they actually stick. Because then if they actually stick, then hey, it may be something real. So what I like to say is wait it out. If you're feeling like you're plateauing, nothing's really happening or advancing in your spiritual practice, I say try to keep the amount that you want in your life going. So like I said, like watch a video, whether it be one video, 2 videos, or read a book, or maybe you just pray in the morning, like once or something like that. I mean, like, it depends on where you are on the path. Praying is more for like, I guess you can say like devotional kind of thing. I kind of want to do an episode about that, but I'm just like thinking of ideas as I'm talking. But yeah, so just small things like that. Listen to other people's advice about plateauing. See what they do. Connect with other people that are on the path. That's also another great way of kind of sticking to it, is connecting with others and having conversations that, you can't usually have all the time with people who aren't really on the path or don't really understand what you're talking about. So to deal with like these kind of, and especially in quarantine, this may be happening to a lot of you, to kind of get away from these depressive states of feeling like you're plateauing, you're not really doing anything, is mainly keep your head up. Like I said, you are never falling off of the path. You're continuing, and it's a roller coaster. And maybe you need to give yourself a break. Maybe you're overloading yourself with too much information and you're tiring yourself out. See, this was something, and I overheard this like years ago, very in the beginning of my path. I had luckily met somebody around my age who had already kind of been on the path. So I was really looking to them for advice and, you know, what they have learned so far. And I overheard them talking about how somebody was having, like, as he was telling someone else all this stuff, he can see that the person he was telling, like, their brain was overloading and he was getting tired, like, extremely fast. And he was kind of having, what's the word? Cognitive dissonance. That's what it is. So yeah, he was kind of like having cognitive dissonance. If you don't know what that means, it's like a psychological term that, it's like when you kind of have like confusion because you're being told information that goes against what you feel like what you already know or have learned. So like, say like your whole life you're being told like an apple is red, and then like somebody's trying to like proving to you that an apple is not red, and your mind is being blown. You're like, what the heck? And your mind is kind of like so confused, and you're kind of like getting like disrupted, I guess you can say, like glitching out. That's cognitive dissonance. But so yeah, he was saying that to whoever he was talking to, that he was telling this person all this information. He can see him getting tired out really fast, and it's very draining, especially like, you know, when you're intaking so much information in the brain. It's gonna overload. Like literally, like the brain is like a machine. It's like a computer, and if you upload too much stuff in it, it's gonna crash. So absolutely, if you're just starting off the path, or if you're studying heavily or just going super deep in, let yourself plateau. Give yourself a chance to rest, because it's a lot and you will never know everything. So you can either space it out, and again, like I said, you are always at the right place at the right time. So everything that you need to know, you know it at the right moment. So even if you give yourself a break and then you take it back up, that's the perfect timing. Like, you were meant to do that. Like, everything is divine timing. So give yourself that time to plateau and give yourself a break. Don't feel bad. Don't get your hopes down. I don't know. Don't let your hopes go down. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. Just don't get discouraged, guys. You know, you're on the path forever, and it's a forever journey. So yeah, definitely I suggest reading, just like reading a book. And it doesn't even have to, like, maybe you don't want to read a self-help book, but maybe read like a cool fiction book like The Alchemist, or The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. I think that's what it's called. These are all like, I think that one's like based off of a true story, but it's not like a nonfiction book. But yeah, so kind of like, you know, put yourself in there, or like watch some movies or watch cool YouTube videos. Just make it fun. Don't make it like a boring purpose thing. But if you find yourself getting caught up in ego, then just get right back on the path. If you see it as ego and you're like, wait, this is all ego, I'm losing my way, let me get back on, then just get back on. Don't get upset because you kind of got off the path. Like, don't beat yourself up. Like, it's natural. It's gonna happen. That's why it's a challenging path. Like, literally, it's hard. Like, it's not an easy path. It was never meant to be easy. If it was easy, then everybody would be enlightened, honestly. So yeah, don't get discouraged, you know, make it fun. We are human. We have ego. Our main thing is to battle the ego. You know, sometimes it may win, sometimes you may win. It's a constant, you know, wavy kind of thing. So don't let yourself get down. It's all a process. It's all a journey. What else? I think that was like my main thing. I'm really interested to hear what you guys would like to hear me talk about. I have some episode ideas, so I've done this one, how to kind of try to get over get over that. I just say, you know what, just let it be. Let it be. If you find yourself falling off the path, then just get right back on. Don't beat yourself up. Let things happen. If you're tired, if you don't really want to study, then don't. Literally do what you feel is best for you. You are your greatest teacher. You are your greatest mentor. You know best what you want. So listen to yourself. I also want to do an episode on shadow work, kind of how to do the shadow work. I also want to do an episode on soul purpose, life purpose, how to find your life purpose, how to find your soul purpose. There's so many videos on this stuff, guys, but I like to say that, you can hear the same message from a million different people, but only understand it from one. Because you understand what you are meant to understand from who you're meant to understand it from. So, like, maybe the vibe isn't right with everyone else except this one person. So, I think whatever messages you hear from me, you're meant to hear from me. Whatever messages you hear elsewhere, you're meant to hear elsewhere. And it's kind of cool when you're on this journey, because once you learn something, then you find it everywhere, or you like hear it everywhere. So maybe you learn something from me, or maybe you learn it from something else, and then you just hear me say it, or you hear somebody else say it. And it's really cool. You're like, wow, I just learned about that. And like now you can like have an engaging conversation. But yeah, I didn't forget it was Friday today, guys. I'm so proud of myself. What I've been doing, what have I been doing? I kind of wanted to do this episode because somebody wrote to me saying that, they were kind of feeling overloaded. They just got on the path, and, they kind of feel themselves like going through depressive states during the plateaus. And I just wanted to say, like, wait it out. It's okay. It's okay. Like, literally, this journey is a struggle. So give yourself the time, compassion, and care during the whole thing, and you'll succeed. Don't worry. It's a path. I want to say there's an end goal, but there's really not. I mean, like, the goal is to be, it depends. It depends on what your own personal goal is. I don't think everybody has the same goal on this path. So I think kind of try to figure out what your goal is and see if it's actually possible to get there. But yeah, so again, what I've been doing is nothing really. That's kind of why I made this episode. I'm trying to get back into writing. I kind of stopped writing for a little bit, mainly because so much has been going on with moving, not working. It's kind of had me like a little depressed, but it's okay because that's life, and I'm getting through it, guys. Don't worry, I'm not a mess or anything. I've gone through stuff like this, so it's okay. Well, no, actually, this situation I have not gone through. I don't think anybody has gone through these types of these times, But yeah, I'm taking care of myself, I guess you can say. I'm just like, yeah, I'm caring for myself and doing what I feel is best to make me happy at the moment. So I'm not in intense studying at the moment, just because I don't really feel like studying right now, and that's why I kind of say, like, just wait it out, because I know I'm still on the path. Like, I get constant messages all the time. Like, you're gonna keep getting messages all the time, you just have to be open to them and be, like, and notice them. The universe is always talking to you, and you could always ask for messages. You could always, like, ask before you go to sleep, or, meditate, or practice astral projecting. That's kind of fun. But yeah, so I've just been coloring, drawing, watching anime, movies, working on my computer, applying for jobs, playing with Haku, hanging out with my friends, hanging out with my boyfriend. It's been nice. It kind of feels like I'm like on a mini vacation, but not really. Yeah. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I mentioned in the last episode I'm going to be working on a zine. I haven't really continued that. I was thinking about it yesterday. I really want to do something. I'll probably do a zine. I want to really get back into writing. So I'm trying to think about, like, should I just do like a poetry collection zine, or I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, it's kind of just I've been hanging around, please feel free to DM me anything that you want to hear me talk about. I need some ideas, guys. I'm not at my peak right now, so I need some motivation from you. Some motivation from you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing really well. I wanted to do less than an hour today, which I will, because I feel like an hour is just so long. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself, staying motivated. Again, please feel free to DM me. I love you guys so much. My Instagram is Natalia of Earth, Natalia of Earth. I might change my username on Instagram. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to subscribe or follow on whatever it is you're listening to, so you get notifications every time I post an episode, which is every Friday, usually in the morning. If I miss it in the morning, it'll be in the afternoon. And then I do blog posts every Monday. I know these last 2 Mondays, I've done it on Tuesday just because I keep forgetting it's Monday. So check out my blog post. My blog is thewritingsofnatalia.wordpress.com. I have photography collections on there. I have a little store that you can buy my zines, some bookmarks that I make, and all the cool stuff. I'm gonna be dropping a digital zine for you guys. Just stay tuned, or send me things that you want me to put in the zine. That'd be really cool. It could be a ThirdEyeCyphs collaboration kind of zine. If you send me stuff, I'll make something of it, I promise. So just send me anything. I'm down. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much for listening. And I'll talk to you guys next Friday. I hope your week is great. Stay safe. Make sure you don't touch your face. Use some hand sanitizer. Do that anyways. Even if there wasn't a pandemic, you should do that anyways. Literally think about how much we've been doing it now, and then how much we weren't doing it back then. How dangerous that was. Wow, look at that. But yeah, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And don't worry, the path is forever. Don't worry. You're not gonna fall off anywhere. You're right where you need to be, when you need to be there. I don't know. I'm sorry. Bye, guys. Bye.